What's up, everybody? It's your boy Meme here. My hair looks a little strange. It never looks like this, and it's because when I got out of the shower, not only did I not like do my hair, like I didn't blow dry it or anything, I also just didn't brush it. Um, I have like curly hair. You may not know because my hair is short, like been short for the past year or two. But my hair is sort of naturally rather curly, and uh, and when I brush it, like I don't know. I honestly don't know anything about care for curly hair, and I could just look it up, right? But um, I don't think you're supposed to brush it or something. But this looks silly. This looks silly, right? It just looks like there's just like some stuff on my head, instead of it being like styled. But I'm just gonna have to deal with this for today, and also I don't really mind because I'm not going out anywhere today. For breakfast, I had avocado toast. I had cold brew coffee, and it's extra hipster because it's in like a Mason branded cup with a metal straw. So I'm really going full sort of, you can tell who I voted for. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the avocado toast thing was just one guy. Don't quote me on this, but the sort of like post recession like millennial all these millennials are having too much avocado toast and that's why they can't afford their home. Like that concept was I think invented by one guy, and it just got popularized. Or it was just like really signal boosted. I honestly don't know much about it, but I think it was just one guy. Um, Nothing's really going on. All of my videos recently have been quite short, and it's because I've been skimping on them. I've been not caring enough. I haven't cared enough. I don't care enough about a lot of things. I should care more about things. Um, but I'm recording. This video is going to be a little bit of a long video. I've been looking around for a flat mouse pad. This mouse pad right here came with my desk. My desk has sort of a seam in the middle of it because it folds in half, so there's a seam. And then it came with a big mouse pad, and like according to the Amazon page, you're supposed to put this mouse pad in the middle of your desk so then it hides the seam. But what? Why would you do that? So my seam is visible right in the middle, and the mouse pad takes up the entire left side of the desk. And the nice thing about the mouse pad, because it came with the desk, is that it's desk shaped. Like it's shaped exactly like my desk. So I just have it go all the way to the right, and it goes all the way up here. But the thing is I got my desk a few years ago, and it looks disgusting. It's all dirty. It has stains on it. It has sweat on it. And it's really gross. And it's actually been on my desk so long that some of the bits of the bottom, you can't see. Yeah, it's been on the bottom of my desk so long that bits of it have gotten attached to my desk. It's actually really just quite disgusting, frankly. Oh yeah, and you can see the shiny bit there. It's so gross. And so, it's gotten to the point where when I'm taking a photo of something on my desk, I have to position it so my desk doesn't look disgusting. But that's just the nature of my mouse pad. And I swear, I'm really into hygiene, and my room's not super messy or anything. And so it's I want to have a nice mouse pad, but the thing is that I really want a hard mouse pad. I think a lot of the issues I have with this mouse pad are from the fact that it's soft and that it can get dirty and stained and such. And I remember for a long time I had a Razer mouse pad that was basically just a sticker. It was sort of a pretty thick sticker that just stuck to my desk, and it was a mouse pad, right? And the thing I really liked about it was that it never really got dirty because it was just a hard surface, right? And it worked great. And so I looked up on YouTube best hard mouse pad, right? Oh my god, I can't stop thinking about how silly my hair looks. I'm sorry. It doesn't look like this if anybody's seeing this channel for the first time. But I was looking up best hard mouse pad, and now all the hard mouse pads are made out of glass now. And they're all $130 or something. Yeah, so I remember watching this guy Bordsy back in the day. It was back when right before I started asking for money for Christmas, instead of objects. This is one of the last objects I ever got for Christmas. and it's this Logitech G703 Lightspeed. It's actually a great mouse. There is an issue where the mouse wheel starts skipping and it stops scrolling correctly. Like sometimes you scroll down and it scrolls up, but the way you fix that is you just hold your mouse upside down and you rub it on your desk over and over, and it fixes the wheel. Which is crazy. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend this mouse because of that. I've heard the Ultra, it's called like a Logitech Ultralight or something. I've heard that's a good mouse if you don't need a gaming mouse. You know, the MX Master 3S is pretty good. My dad has one. But anyway, I got this G703 Lightspeed, and it's a good mouse. But I watched this guy back in the day because I was looking into what mouse to buy. And he just does like mouse videos. He does like... What? Oh, what? You can't click on the profile? What? Okay. YouTube stopped doing like big overhauls of their UI, which makes sense, and now they just do little changes all the time, but it sucks because now everything's a little different sometimes. And one of those things is, yeah, it just looks like you just can't click on the profile picture anymore. You have to click on this tiny text to open up the channel. But anyway, let's see if he still does. Yeah, wow, he still does mouse videos. Donald Trump declared war on gaming mice. Awesome. Wow, 200 mouse, hour-and-a-half long mouse tier list. Is this what he looks like? Oh my god. Face reveal. Okay, anyway, so yeah, I was watching this video, and he does this thing where when he does a correction, he does it in like sans serif, like white text, no shadow, and then he does like and this is like a very specific type of thing. I don't know if it like looks like, I don't know what causes this effect, right? I don't like what makes it look like this sort of annotation that people add. I don't know if it's like a specific piece of editing software that does this like font, or if it's like Sony Vegas or something. But you know, when I saw this, right, and he's just like watching, he says meters and he meant to say millimeters, right? And then it says millimeters LOL, right? And it just goes away, which makes sense. But I might sound like a crazy person. This very directly reminds me of like Leafy. He did this a lot more when he returned in 2020 to like harass Pokimane. But this is like a Leafy thing. Am I crazy? I could just be totally off base here, and this could just be a thing that like lots of people do, and I just don't watch the people who do it. But like I specifically remember Leafy coming back, and all over his videos were like just these white text, no shadow annotations, and then capital LOL at the end, like on a lot of them, right? And it's just so it's so strange. Like I was watching this, I was like, oh my god, this is like a Leafyism. Like he's doing a Leafy thing. It's just weird. I don't know. I think about Leafy a lot. Is that crazy? I think I'm like the youngest person who's cared about Leafy, you know what I mean? Like I'm on like the youngest someone could be who cared, you know? Because I watched Leafy back in like late elementary school, early middle school, because I was, you know, very online. I was very online at the time, and I was really into like Minecraft, and Leafy was like and like CS:GO, and Leafy was like Minecraft CS:GO adjacent. He actually made a lot of money from Minecraft servers. You know, I was watching him, and I was into him because I was just like that type of person back then. And it's just, I feel like he had a, like, YouTube was just small enough at the time where, whoa, I just scratched a gaping hole into my hand. Whoops. Okay. I feel like it was right at the time where you could, like YouTube was small enough to where one person could have an outsized influence on the platform. And now that's sort of the case with like exclusively Mr. Beast. Like if Mr. Beast does something, it's not unlikely that a lot of other people are going to start doing it. But even then, there's just so much content on YouTube that it doesn't really matter what Mr. Beast does because, well, where a lot of content on the platform isn't going to be affected by Mr. Beast. But like back in the day, there were like dozens of YouTubers who all did their own things, and all of the stuff they did trickled down across all of YouTube, right? There were like these I don't know what to call them, but there were these people who had like an outsized influence, right? And LeoThePeo was one of them, and it was really interesting. I feel like it was a really interesting time. Um, um, sorry, this is just crazy. I'm okay. I mean, I just have sensitive skin because of my eczema, but like this is actually kind of, it just looks crazy. What's that, grass? Okay. Anyway, but yeah, this guy's doing like a leafy thing. And he kind of sounds like Technoblade. Good YouTube channel though, if you're looking for mice. Like I remember really enjoying his stuff. Another sort of review YouTuber I really like is this person by the name of Technically T, and he makes good videos. I remember I was looking for cases, like I was gonna get my new iPhone 14 Pro Max, and I was looking for like what phone case to get. I ended up getting the OtterBox Defender Pro XT, but I remember, oh, he has like hair now. Yeah, he used to have a very short haircut, and I has long hair. That's interesting. But yeah, I was looking into like what cases to get and like what screen protector to get, and I was watching like all this guy's videos, and he actually does very, very, very good videos on like phone accessories. Yeah, this person makes very good videos. So yeah, Boardsy is good if you're looking for like mouse videos, and Technically T is good is good if you're looking for phone case videos. And it's cool because he has like these objective measurements of every case, and so you can actually get some like really good data and like a lot of really good information. Like this one, like I've never used MagSafe once on my phone. Like I've never stuck my phone to any magnets before. But something nice about the OtterBox Defender Pro XT is that it's super protective, but it doesn't disable MagSafe because it has magnets in the case. And that was like one of my main things. Like I don't use MagSafe, and I wasn't expecting to, but I didn't want to have a phone case that would like remove a feature, you know. So I just so the OtterBox Defender Pro, the big reason why I got it is because it has MagSafe. What else? I don't know. Oh, that's it. That's all the coffee. Cool. These are nice glasses, but they have like these rims. I don't really mind the rim. Like it's cool. Like it's a good like mouthfeel, but like. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I'm supposed to be. I'm gonna be doing schoolwork. I only did like one thing yesterday, and I was supposed to do like 16. So I'm just gonna be finishing up my schoolwork today. Well, my technical work today, and then on Thursday I'm going to be doing much more difficult. On Thursday I'm going to be doing my history work. Should I like go like this? Will that help? Will it like make it not look stupid? Okay, that actually looks like it still doesn't look great, but this actually looks quite a bit better because my hair like doesn't look like a dome on my head. Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I do have to. I got a Yeezy hoodie like in January, the Yeezy Gap logo hoodie, because I just like, you know, I'm not giving any money to Kanye West, but you know, from 2020 to like 2023, he made some very good like well-made hoodies, and so those are the ones I buy and wear, and they're really cheap now. They're like, you know, a lot of them were like almost $300, and you can get them for like 80, you know, so it's like they're on sale. But I've made reviews of all of my Yeezy hoodies, because you know, it's good to just, you know, I feel like I'm contributing to public knowledge, you know, if people want to buy them, how sizing works and such. But I think Kanye was doing like his first original like multi-day long Twitter rant, and I was like, I'm gonna hold out on this review. I don't know if I want to be being like, hey guys, I just bought this Yeezy hoodie, and it's like, you know, Kanye saying some crazy stuff on Twitter. It's like on St. Pablo, my best friend said I'm going crazy on Twitter. Best advice was to say low. Um, the media said it was outlandish spending. The media said he's way out of control. I feel like I'm the only one not pretending I'm not out of control. I'm just not in their control. I know I'm the most influential. That time cover was just confirmation. This generation's closest thing to Einstein. Man, shout out St. Pablo. That's such a good song. Oh my god, I love St. Pablo. Dude, I love Life of Pablo. Oh my god, it's such a shame. I feel like Kanye West died in 2023. He died. He's dead. He's a dead person. It's crazy. It's really depressing because it's just like you see what he's doing now, and he's just so different. And also, it's obviously it's like super bad brain damage. It's just like it's just wild. It's wild. And it's just so sad. Um, I should really like write down what I want to talk about in my video. I got these 4 adapters, and they were like, for all 4 of them, it was like $2, and it's this hold up. It's this USB, I don't know, micro B or mini B, one of them. I used to know that, to a USB-C connection. And this is like the old Android charger. And it also has this weird thing on the side. Do you see that? It's like a thing on it. I don't know why. It's like got a hole in there. The reason why I got one is to put it in my sling bag. Because I want to be sure that I'm able to charge everyone's phones with my sling bag if I wanted to. And my buddy has a Samsung Galaxy J3, which okay, the Samsung Galaxy J3 is from 2016, and so that still has this old USB connection, and so I want to be able to charge his phone, you know, if he needs his phone charged. Wow, shout out to the Samsung Galaxy J3. Oh, there's a whole Wikipedia article on it. That makes sense. Wow, as an FM radio. Red chip? Should I invest in some Chinese stocks? I have a FZILX in my Roth IRA, which is an international zero fee index fund. But I think it might have like all stocks outside of the US and also outside of China. I could be wrong. Hold on, let me check its main holdings. No, I could just look on my computer. Oh no, it has Chinese stocks. Yeah, Tencent is Chinese. Alibaba, okay, it does have Chinese stocks. Okay, cool. This is actually up versus the S&P 500, like up year to date. So like if you do this This is the other fund in my Roth. How do I find out the year to date? Yeah, so so year to is that true? What does fund return versus index mean? One sec, I'm checking on my phone. And I would open up Fidelity on here, but I don't want you guys to see like my Fidelity accounts. Okay, no, I think this is correct. Yeah, so year to date, FZROX is down 4%, but year to date FZILX is up 11.65%, which is crazy. Like, especially recently, it's kind of rare. I'm sure a lot of people know this, right? But so I don't want to speak about it as though I'm like, I have this special knowledge, right? But a lot of people, well, the U.S. market has like historically been a way up compared to the international market for a really long time, especially since 2008. And so it's just like funny that the international funds are just so much higher. And right now, I have like 90% in U.S. stocks and like 10% in international stocks in my Roth. For you non-Americans, if you're still watching this 21 minutes in, a Roth IRA is like a tax-advantaged retirement account. So you pay taxes on the money you put in, like you just pay an income tax. But when you take your money out of the Roth IRA, it's tax-free. So you aren't taxed on the returns, but you have to take it out after you're 59 and a half. Otherwise, you actually can take the money you've put in before you're 59 and a half without a penalty, but you shouldn't do that because you shouldn't take money out of a retirement account. But the thing is you can't take out any of your returns. So if you put in $2,400, it's gained $1,000. You can take out $2,400, but if you take out that $1,000 that you've gained, there's a pretty big penalty if you take it out before you're able to retire. And so, well, before you are at retirement age, right? But anyway, yeah, I'm at like 90% US and like 10% international, which I thought was good. And the reason why I have no bonds is because I'm 19, right? I initially also invested in, I had 80 in US stock, 10% in international and 10% in bonds. But I just don't, I think I have a pretty high risk tolerance, and also I'm 19, so it's not, I don't need to hold bonds right now. And so I was like, okay, I'll just have 10% in international, but I hadn't considered that, like, I don't know. Like now it seems silly that I put 10% in international, right? And I remember watching this video talking about like 3-fund portfolio and how like, when international stocks are above US stocks, you always hear all these people being like, oh yeah, I have 50%, I have 50-50 in US and international. But then when the international market's down, it's like, oh yeah, I have 90% in the US, right? And I was like, that's silly, right? Just stick to one. But now I'm in the moment, and it's like, oh my god, international stocks are higher. I should have more. I should have a more higher allocation of foreign stocks. But I'm falling into the trap. So I think the thing is that in January of next year, when I rebalance, I'm probably gonna put maybe 20% in an international and 10% into. I'm probably going to put 20% in international and 80% in US, or maybe even 30% in international and 70% into US. But the thing is I really don't want to be weighted to international, because the thing is if you compare the net holdings of FZROX versus FZILX, if you were to sort of simulate a total, like a world market fund, FZILX would actually just be 15%. So it would be 85% US, 15% international, right? If you were to simulate the like a total market, a total world market fund with those two funds, right? And so if somebody, like if I were to have 30% in international, I would be double overweighted into international stocks, and so I actually have a higher international lean despite having more US funds. which is interesting. So I don't know, maybe I should make a post on the Bogleheads forum or something, because I have an account there. I just lurk. I'm a lurker. Yeah. They should make a not about the Bogleheads forum, they should make a non-crypto biz board. Is that crazy? Speaking of cryptocurrency, I need to get a cold wallet. I'm not super bullish on crypto. I think it's sort of a scam, but I think it would be a mistake to not have exposure to it. And I have less than 1% of my net worth in cryptocurrency, which I think is good, right? Because I really do think it's like a scam. But I don't think it would hurt to put like maybe $10 a month or like $20 a month into like Bitcoin. And if I were to do that, I wouldn't want it to be in Coinbase. All of my money's in Coinbase right now, which is fine. But I think if I'm ever like if I'm for real dollar cost averaging into like a cryptocurrency, I really think it makes sense to have a cold wallet. I'm looking around at all these cold wallets and I'm trying to decide which one is the best. But it's also kind of a non-issue because frankly, unless I'm putting $7,000 a year into my Roth, which I'm not, I shouldn't be investing in cryptocurrency because like otherwise that's sort of a false value proposition. Like you're prioritizing the wrong thing, right? Frankly, if I was like some sort of mathematical robot, I feel like it would only make sense to put money into cryptocurrency after you max out your Roth IRA every year, you know, because then you're like minimizing risk. Because say what you will, investing in something like a total market fund or like a total US fund or like a total international fund has, you know, past returns don't indicate future returns, but it's like almost a guaranteed return, right? The market's never been down over the course of 20 years. But, you know, cryptocurrency hasn't been around long enough for you to make those like long-term calls like that, right? So I feel like if I were some sort of robot that makes sense, or some sort of robot that makes entirely rational decisions, I don't think I'd invest in cryptocurrency, but I don't know, the vibe is cool. It's like gold, you know, it's like gold, except, you know, Bitcoin holds its value way worse than gold, right? Because it's purely speculative. And gold is also speculative, but it's speculation backed by the world, you know, like it's like world-backed speculation as opposed to Bitcoin, which is just backed by crazy people. Yeah. I woke up at 5:30 a.m. this morning. And I walked on the treadmill for 3 miles, and then I burned 150 calories on the rowing machine, and then I walked for another mile. The reason why my exercise was so weird, like I never walk 3 miles, and I never do 150 calories on the rowing machine. The reason why was because my dad was going to be in a meeting from 8 to 8:30, and we just ordered a TV for downstairs. And so, and the arrival period started at 8. So my dad wanted me to be upstairs so then I can talk to the TV people and ask them to bring it into the garage. And so I needed to be done with my exercise by 8 a.m. And so the thing that happened was I did 3 miles and I was like, okay, I can do like a 150 rowing workout because I really want to row every day. Every day I use the treadmill, I also want to row. And so I did a really quick 150 calorie rowing exercise, but when I was like 2/3 of the way through my exercise, my dad came in with the TV. Like my dad came into the room with the rowing machine and he was like, hey, it just showed up early. Like it showed up before 8. And I was like, oh, okay. But I was already doing my 150 calorie rowing exercise. And so it was like, I might as well do another mile on the treadmill because it's what, 12 minutes, 13 minutes or something. It's like I don't know how long. I can actually just look. To walk a mile on the treadmill, it took 18 minutes, almost 19. So yeah, I just did another walk on the treadmill, like another mile. And yeah, I need to find a hard mouse pad. Bye.